Have you ever sat down to work, fully determined to get things done, only to find yourself scrolling through social media just 10 minutes later? Or maybe you open your laptop, ready to tackle that important task, and suddenly, you remember you need to check your emails, reply to a message, or even Google something random like, "Why do dogs tilt their heads?" Sound familiar? You're not alone. We live in a world that is designed to steal our attention. Every notification, every buzz, every quick check is pulling us away from what truly matters. And the worst part? We don't even realize it's happening. Now, let me ask you something important. What would your life look like if you had complete control over your focus? How much more could you achieve if you could stay fully engaged in what truly matters? Here's the truth. Focus isn't just about willpower. It's a skill. And just like any skill, it can be trained. The good news? Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. We're going to uncover why your brain struggles to focus, the hidden science behind attention and distractions, practical, proven strategies to train your mind for deep focus. And by the end of this video, you won't just understand focus, you'll have the tools to master it. So, are you ready? Let's dive in. Alright, let's take a moment to ask the big question. Why is it so hard to focus? You wake up with the best intentions. You tell yourself, today I'll be productive. I'll stay focused. But before you even realize it, you're jumping from app to app, task to task, distraction to distraction. Why does this keep happening? Well, here's the first thing you need to know. Your brain is not designed for focus. At least not in the way we expect. For thousands of years, our ancestors survived by constantly scanning their environment for threats. The ability to notice quick movements, sudden noises, and new stimuli kept them alive. So when your phone vibrates, when a new email pops up, when a random thought enters your mind, that's your ancient brain doing exactly what it was programmed to do, seek novelty. But here's the problem. We live in a world full of distractions. Social media is engineered to keep us scrolling. Notifications are designed to demand our attention. Endless entertainment is just one click away. And the worst part? Every distraction comes with a hidden cost. The myth of multitasking. Many people think they can juggle multiple things at once. Texting while working, checking emails in between tasks, watching a video while studying. But science tells us otherwise. Studies show that multitasking reduces productivity by up to 40%. Every time you switch tasks, your brain takes about 25 minutes to fully refocus. That means every quick check of your phone, I'll just respond to this message real quick, it's destroying your ability to concentrate. The power of deep work. Now, let's contrast that with something called deep work. Deep work is when you're completely absorbed in a task. Time disappears. You're in the zone. You feel unstoppable. Artists, scientists, athletes, they all use deep work to perform at their highest level. But most of us, we rarely enter that state because we never give our brains a chance to stay focused long enough. So, now that you understand why focus is so hard, here's the next big question. How do we fix it? That's exactly what we'll uncover in the next chapter, where I'll show you the real difference between someone who struggles with focus and someone who masters it. Let's keep going. Now that we know why focus is so difficult, let me introduce you to two people. They're both ambitious. They both have goals, but their daily habits, completely different. Let's start with Jake. Jake, the chronic procrastinator. Jake is like a lot of us. He wakes up and immediately checks his phone. He scrolls through social media, replies to a few messages, reads the latest news, and before he even gets out of bed, his mind is already scattered. Fast forward a few hours. Jake sits down to work, but within minutes, he gets distracted. A notification pops up. He checks it, He plays some music, but then starts browsing. He suddenly remembers he's hungry. 2 hours go by, and what has Jake accomplished? Almost nothing. At the end of the day, he feels frustrated, exhausted, and guilty. He tells himself, tomorrow will be different, but tomorrow, the cycle repeats. Now let's meet Sarah. Sarah, the master of focus. Sarah also has a lot to do, but her approach, very different. She starts her day without checking her phone. Instead, she takes a few minutes to clear her mind and set her intentions. She plans her tasks the night before so she knows exactly what to focus on. When Sarah starts working, she enters deep focus mode. Her phone is on silent. She sets a timer for 90 minutes of focused work. No distractions, no multitasking. And after those 90 minutes, she takes a real break. She repeats this process throughout the day, and by evening, she has completed more work in 4 to 5 hours than most people do in 10. She feels accomplished, in control, and energized. So what's the difference? Jake and Sarah have the same amount of time, the same brain, the same responsibilities, but Sarah controls her focus. Jake lets distractions control him. And the best part? You can train yourself to be like Sarah. In the next chapter, I'll show you exactly how. Let's go. Alright, now that we've seen the difference between the distracted and the focused, it's time for the real question. How do you train your brain to stay focused like Sarah? The good news? Focus is a skill, and just like any skill, it can be trained. Here are the 6 most powerful, science-backed strategies to transform your focus. 1. Build a distraction-free environment. Let's be honest, your environment controls your focus more than your willpower does. Think about it. If your phone is right next to you, buzzing every few minutes, if your workspace is cluttered, if you're constantly being interrupted, how can you expect to stay focused? Set your phone to Do Not Disturb mode. Better yet, put it in another room. Clean your workspace. A cluttered space equals a cluttered mind. Use noise-canceling headphones. Block out distractions and dive into deep work. Your environment should help you focus, not fight against you. 2. Use time blocking and the 90-minute rule. Most people try to focus for hours without stopping. That's a mistake. Your brain isn't designed for marathon focus sessions. It works best in short, intense bursts. Use the 90-minute rule. Research shows our brains focus best in 90-minute cycles. Work deeply, then take a break. Try the Pomodoro technique. 25 minutes of intense focus, followed by a 5-minute break. Repeat. Time block your day. Schedule specific hours for focused work. Treat them like unbreakable appointments. The key? Work smarter, not longer. 3. Rewire your brain to crave focus. Your brain is addicted to dopamine hits, notifications, social media, quick entertainment. But guess what? You can rewire it. Reduce social media consumption. Try a dopamine detox, 1 day without instant gratification. Delay rewards. Tell yourself, I can check my phone, but only after 90 minutes of deep work. Make focus rewarding. Celebrate small wins. Your brain will start craving deep work instead of distractions. 4. Master the art of single tasking. Multitasking isn't impressive. It's destructive. Every time you switch tasks, your brain burns energy trying to refocus. Do one thing at a time. No switching, no jumping between tabs, no interruptions. Use the sticky note rule. Write down your one most important task and keep it visible. Resist the urge to switch. If you feel distracted, write the thought down and return to it later. Single tasking is a superpower in a world addicted to distractions. 5. Create a focus ritual. Ever noticed how athletes have pre-game routines? That's because rituals trigger peak performance. You need a pre-focus ritual that tells your brain, it's time to work. Always start work at the same time. Routine builds discipline. Have a focus trigger. Could be making coffee, putting on headphones, or setting a timer. Use music or white noise. Certain sounds help your brain enter deep work mode faster. Your ritual should be automatic. No thinking, no debating, just action. 6. Protect your mental energy. Focus isn't just about what you do when you work. It's also about how you recover. A tired mind equals a distracted mind. Get enough sleep. Your brain needs rest to function at full power. Take real breaks. Go outside. Move your body. Avoid screens. Practice mindfulness. Meditation and deep breathing train your mind to stay present. If you treat your brain well, it will reward you with laser focus. Final takeaway. Focus is a trainable skill. The ability to focus isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. If you design your environment for deep work, if you train your brain to resist distractions, if you practice single tasking and protect your energy, then focus will no longer be a struggle. It will become your competitive advantage. And in the final chapter, I'll show you exactly how to make these habits stick for life. Let's go.